Running a small business means I wear lots of hats. When I put on my hiring hat, I can count on LinkedIn Hiring Pro to make it easy. LinkedIn Hiring Pro helps manage my hiring workflow, puts my job post in front of a unique network of professionals, and matches me with the best candidates for my business. I can also share my job with my network. No other job site lets me do that. No wonder most small businesses say they'd use LinkedIn Hiring Pro again. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free on LinkedIn today at linkedin.com/quality.
This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I did a video kind of talking about this PlayStation stuff. And yeah, I'm just going any and everywhere possible on my gaming channel, my ranting channel. What else? If I gotta go on my technology-based channel, Mossology. Did I say my main channel? Any channel where I can talk about PlayStation, I'm gonna talk about PlayStation. Social media accounts. PlayStation needs to understand that when it comes down to putting out a gaming console, that's what you guys are known for. You're known for being a gaming console. When you try to change gaming into your guys' vision of gaming, people are going to have a problem with that. Because the thing is this. Nobody asked for digital video games. You know, like one day it appeared. It felt like it was an easier solution. If you couldn't find a game that you was looking for at a store, yeah, then that's when you went ahead and got the game digitally. But that's the downfall to buying games digitally, especially on PlayStation, is that you can't get your money back. It's not set up like how it is on Steam and Xbox. And my thing is this. If you want people to support this digital universe that you guys got going on, you're going to need to change some things. And that means by having it where a person could get their money back at any given point in time. Doesn't matter if they played the game for 2 hours. Doesn't matter if they play or over 2 hours, over 2 weeks. I should be able to get my money back at any given point in time, because that's the thing. There are people out there, game developers, that are taking advantage of gamers. I don't like that, but I already had said that the PlayStation 5 will be the last PlayStation that I'll ever get. I will either just completely switch over to Xbox, or I will, just go and just rely on my gaming PC. But if the only way I'll buy another PlayStation is if they have it where it comes with a disc tray, not I gotta buy it separately type stuff. And I'm able to play whatever video game I want to play. And that goes for any PlayStation game that I own physically. But having it set up, and that's the thing too, where it's like, so if for those that don't know, a couple of years ago, I found this retro gaming store in the city that I live in. And that store, I would have to say that is probably the best store when it comes to video games. Like, there was this one other store that was being ran by this old couple, but I don't know. I hope and pray that the old couple is okay. Maybe they just want to retire. But I remember one day I went up to their place looking for them, and they was gone. So I was like, dang, man, that's kind of depressing. Didn't realize that, like, right down the street, there was another retro gaming store, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, I'll just go there. Fam, when I went in there, and I seen, like, games that I played when I was a kid. Like, I seen the very first PlayStation 2 game that I ever, got for myself, which was Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero. I used to play that game all the time when I was a kid. When I seen that game, I'm trying to think of some other games that I've seen in there. I mean, yeah, if you guys have been following me on Twitch, then you might have seen some of the games that I was playing. And then if you're subscribed to my gaming channel, you probably even seen some of the games that I played on there. So to say that people are going, because the video earlier that I recorded, there was this part in there where PlayStation or Sony, PlayStation, whatever, they said that customers in the future are going to support the idea of digital video games, just strictly digital video games. And that's the thing where I'm like, if you got games or if you got these retro game stores that sells physical copies and they're still in business, and it ain't like, it might have been a while since I've been up there, but I can show you guys right now, I purchased a lot of video games from them. The majority of the physical copy video games that I have is from that, like mainly from that store. It might be some games here and there from either Amazon or GameStops, but other than that, I have mainly bought physical video games from that store because it's been games that I never got a chance to play. It's video, and that's the thing. You're not going to put all these games digitally on PlayStation. So what reasons would I have to buy a PlayStation 6 when you guys decide to come out with one? Oh, games is going to be able to run at 16K quality, 24K quality, no loading screens. What else? Oh, the controller lasts longer. All of that stuff has been said numerous times with probably almost every form of technology out there. At some point in time, your technology is going to get slower. Games ain't going to be able to load up faster. Controller battery is going to die a lot quicker. It ain't like this stuff is going to last forever. So to have it where you're just pretty much coming out with a remastered version of the PlayStation 5 Pro, yeah, no, I'm good, bruh. So, but anyways, I seen this post earlier on Twitter, and it was them talking about how they're trying to end the physical disc, situation and stuff. Sony is. So this was tweeted out by Mr. Pyo one. I think Mr. PYO1. So I'm assuming that's Pyo one. Either way, regardless. The tweet reads out, more reports why Sony is trying to end physical disc. So, and then it just lists off the reasons. So the first one being they want to cut out the middleman to make more profit per sale, like remove Walmart cuts, etc. And it's funny because there was this other post that I seen where they said that the digital video games like codes and all that stuff, that's going to do good for the business. And I knew it wasn't going to do good for those businesses because that just means that the business it's like you're making a slight profit off of the purchase of the code, but at the same time, you still have to buy these codes to be sold in your store. Like, it's funny because there's a video game that did kind of teach me about that, but I kind of knew of that you had to like buy a product in order to sell it. But it's like, if you're cutting out the middleman, then what's the point of the middleman selling your guys' products? My thing is this, if I was the Walmart CEO, I'm like, all PlayStation products would not be sold inside of our stores until they get their act right. Because I would imagine that what they got going on right now with gaming, I think it's clear as day on social media that people ain't with it. So, but anyways, then the next one, it goes on to say, Sony thinks the fan base will switch platforms. They can do what they please without losing. Wait a minute, I read that wrong. Sony thinks the fan base will not switch platforms. They can do what they please without losing fans. I guarantee and I promise you, come 2028, and I have been seeing some people, and the funny thing is this though, so they say that they don't think they'll switch platforms and they're not going to lose no fans. Why are you guys sending out discounts on your guys' membership? Because that's something, I canceled my membership. I was like, no, it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm just going to play the games that I can play offline. But as far as like the PlayStation Plus game, they don't really have a whole lot of good games on PlayStation Plus. So that's why I was like, nah, I'm good. I think I can play whatchamacallit, Gran Turismo, because I had to say it's mainly that. Gran Turismo Sport, and that game I believe went offline some time ago, so it's like I'm still able to play that. I guess when it gets to a point where they're like, oh, you need to have online to play these games, if they're going to lock me out of those games, then yeah, I'm probably gonna get rid of my PlayStation also, besides the membership. But it's like people are canceling the membership, so it's like that I would imagine you guys are losing fans and losing out on money and all that stuff. But anyways, then they go on to say in the next one, they are convinced by ignoring this issue, the fans will just accept the changes and convert to 100% digital with time. They're not. My thing is this, if a bunch of fans have an issue with it right now, what makes you think it's going to change in the future? The only thing that's going to change is these guys getting rid of their PlayStations and either going to Nintendo, Xbox, gaming PCs. I'm trying to think what else is out there. Or just retire from gaming altogether. Because I guess when it does get to a point in time where gaming just becomes like unplayable, I'm probably going to retire myself from gaming. I'm like, look, I've been playing video games for over 20 years. I think the only way that I'll continue is by just playing the games that I have. But if it gets on some stuff where they're like, oh, you need to do this, you need to like all these other extra things just to play a video game. I guess when I said, it gets to a point where it's unplayable, I'm done, you know, and it seems like that's what PlayStation, what they're trying to do, or what Sony's trying to do with PlayStation right now. So I'm like, but yeah, that's the thing. It's like people aren't accepting it now. So it's like, you not wanting, because that was the thing where they was like, they didn't want to keep in contact with the fans. So how do you know that we're going to be okay with this 2 years from now when you guys finally go to digital video games? My thing is this, all right? I'm not that, you know, I guess that good at predicting stuff, you know, but I feel like I'm somewhat decent at predicting stuff. PlayStation, the thing is this, if they don't go against their word and change, you know, the whole like, oh, we're gonna go and continue on selling physical games, like we're listening to the fans and all that stuff. If they don't come out and say that, PlayStation is going to fail. It is. But if they do decide to go and we're gonna continue selling physical games, I wouldn't say that they're not going to be the best platform out there, but I think a lot of people will be like, and that's the thing, the only way I feel like they'll be able to win people over is if they come out with the PlayStation 6 and say that it's coming with a disc tray, so you'll be able to play whatever games that you want to play. But like, I guess, yeah, if they want to go and be all like, oh, mainly games is going to be getting sold digitally, whatever the case is. But yeah, it's like, that's the thing though, where I'm like, if companies is willing, cause like my thing is this, if PlayStation, don't the companies like Rockstar and Activision and EA, like, don't they make their own games? Cause I don't know, I'm confused by that. I think that would need to be explained to me or something, whether they make the games like they ask, well, then, yeah, I guess, like, they make the disc and then they probably send the disc out to, like, EA or Rockstar Games, and then they just copy, put the sticker on, and then, so on and so on. So it's like, but I guess, I don't know. But it's like, to do that though, and it's like these companies might want to sell physical copies of their games. It's like, okay, what are they supposed to go through? Because I imagine if they was like, oh, well, we're gonna have our own companies and we'll just, you know, make our own disc. I feel like that Sony and PlayStation would get wind of that. Like, yeah, let's say they're all like, oh, we're not gonna send out no discs to Rockstar Games, and then Rockstar Games is like, oh, well, we're just gonna create our own company or go through a third party company that makes PlayStation 5 discs and things, and we'll just sell it through there. I feel like that Sony would be like, if you're caught using Grand Theft Auto 6 with the third party disc, that they'll shut your account down. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not hacking, I'm not doing nothing crazy, so like what's the problem, you know? So yeah, I just think that with Sony, you're trying to have way too much control in the gaming universe right now, and that's the thing, you're the middleman. It's like you're not I guess at one point in time with like PlayStation 2, yes, you guys was on top of the world when it came to gaming, but right now you're competing with PC, with Xbox. My thing is this, I think if people caught wind of how good it is on Xbox and seen the like the amount of possibilities that they have on PC, that PlayStation, you guys would definitely fall under. So anyways, but yeah, I was like, that's saying that we'll accept it with time. It's like, okay, my question is, how long do you think it'll be? Because it ain't gonna be no time soon. So anyways, then it goes on to say Sony thinks they are too big to have communication with fans. So this is kind of like what I had seen earlier. Talking to fans has no margin benefit, so they refuse to address fans and will keep doing so. And then that's when Mr. Pio goes on to say, I have lost all trust and goodwill with PlayStation. No words what is happening right now. Horrible company. Yeah, bruh. It's like, you know, and to say that, I didn't even realize that's what that last part was. I just kind of read. I'm like, oh, I guess I could talk about this on my podcast. But yeah, it's like to know that that's where PlayStation is at right now, where they think that they're too big to talk to the fans. You guys aren't going to have no fans. How is it? My thing is this. How do you know what the fans want if you're not going to talk with the fans? That's what I would like to know. So to make a statement like that.
This summer, say I do.
I am marrying a stranger.
Like never before.
Am I crazy?
It's a whole new Married at First Sight on Peacock.
Thank God I woke up in love.
With new experts.
My name is Dr. Lisa.
My name is Paul Brunson.
More couples.
This could be the start of a very successful marriage.
And more surprises.
Or maybe not.
Everything is just not enough.
You're a little bit crazy.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I want my fairy tale ending.
Married at First Sight, now streaming. New episodes Thursdays, only on Peacock.
You mind if we make one more stop before heading back? I need to run a Target.
100%. Let's RTT. You thinking of stuff for the dorm?
Yeah, my mom gave me some good tips on must-have essentials. We for sure need underbed storage, handheld iron for wrinkles, maybe even a mini Keurig for Mondays. Am I right?
All right, bet. Because I was already thinking about keeping my clothes looking fresh at college, so you better be sharing that.
Of course, man. Whatever I get on this run is yours too.
Twin.
But for real, let's go before they close.
Find everything you need for college at Target.
And then thinking along the lines, like, people are still going to be a fan of you guys. They're not. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. People are not gonna be a fan of you guys. If that's how you're gonna be talking about people, because it's one of those things where I'm like, how would you feel if something similar was being said from the fans to you about you guys, where it's like you're trying to have some sort of, because it's like, if it wasn't for the fans, do you think that your company would be in business right now? I think that PlayStation, yeah, they definitely got way too much smoke being blown into them right now, and they genuinely think that they're the best company in the world. You're not. I guarantee and I promise you, if it came down to it, where people were selling their PlayStations, because like I said, I have no, if they're not going to do that with PlayStation 6, come out with the, well, yeah, I know they ain't going to hear me out. So yeah, I know that they're not going to do that with the PlayStation 6, and I have no desires on buying it. So I guess, like, if there are games that do come out on the PlayStation 6, I won't be fooling with it, you know, and it's messed up to say that. And I do apologize to my, fans. I guess, I don't know, like, if there's somehow, some way, if I get like a free PlayStation 6, like if I'm at a competition and they decide, oh yeah, you won, here's a PlayStation 6, that'll be the only way that I'll get it. But other than that, I'm like, I won't use my own money to get a PlayStation 6. I just think that that's crazy. That's how Sony is viewing this situation right now, by just ignoring the fans and doing whatever it is that they want to do. PlayStation is not going to last as a console, and Sony is probably not going to last as a company. I feel like that they are going to get desperate. They're going to start doing things that's out of the ordinary, trying to probably win people over, and maybe then that's when they'll listen to us. But if they don't have no desires on listening to us, then yeah, I don't have no desires on being a PlayStation fan. So if that means I got to sell my stuff, or I guess I'll keep it until, like, you know, pretty much the stuff gives out. But yeah, other than that, I'm like, I don't have no plans on buying anything else PlayStation related. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.